We shouldn't rely so much on external sources of motivation. Yeah, they can help, they can be good. It's something good to keep in your arsenal just in case you ever need it. You can watch content, you can watch motivational videos. When you're trying to change and when you're trying to become the person that you want to be, it's difficult to find people that are like-minded in your environment. So I understand why you would turn to content for motivation or for learning, for gym videos, stuff of that nature, where you're trying to develop, just taking additional information to become that person that you want to be. I get all that, but you shouldn't rely on it so much, because at the end of the day, what you have about a microsecond to make that decision to jump out of bed or not when the alarm goes off. If you hit that snooze button, it's over. Once your eyes are closed, that's it. You're going back to sleep. You're going to wake up late. You're going to start your day off behind. You might not make it to the gym. So it's difficult. I get all that, but that motivation should be built into you. It should be internal. And it's something that develops over time. It doesn't happen overnight. None of this comes naturally to you. Some people, maybe more than others, if they've grown up in that family, if they've grown up in that environment, they may have been taught these things. I was never taught these things. It's something that I had to learn on my own. I was never taught these things in the environment that I was in. I had to go out of my way to find this information, to watch the content, to learn, to educate myself. And then once I began to take in this information, it wasn't enough to know this stuff. You have to apply it, because knowledge is one thing, but applying that knowledge, what you know, is completely different. I never understood when I was young and my teachers would tell me that I was smart, but I would never apply myself. Now that I'm older, I get it. I understand. I wish I would have known that when I was younger, because my life may have been a whole lot different than it is today. But that's hindsight. It's in the past. There's nothing that I can do about it except learn, adapt, and adjust. And hopefully my future will be a lot different. I know that it has changed already from the person that I used to be. The person that I am now is different. That's fact. And it's cool that you want to find friends that will push you in the direction that you want to go, but it's not gonna always be there. They're not always gonna be there for you. At some point, y'all will drift apart. At some point, y'all are gonna go y'all separate ways. There's people that I've known for half my life that I no longer speak to. And it's because over time, people change. Some people don't. And if you change and they don't change, then it's only a matter of time that y'all drift apart, because y'all don't even think the same anymore. It's difficult for y'all to vibe. It's difficult for y'all to even have a conversation, because the way y'all think is so different. It's polarizing. Sometimes opposites don't attract. It's good to exchange ideas, but at times it's best to let go. I know that it's difficult to let go of people that you've known for a very long time, but it's something that has to be done, especially if you want to change. Because sometimes being around those people is what prevents you from changing. I'm not saying that it's them, because it might be you. But while there was me, I didn't want to go too far ahead because I didn't want to leave people behind. But not everybody's meant to go with you. Not everybody wants to go that route that you want to go. You don't have to beat yourself up about that. Eventually it happens to us all. And this video is supposed to be about finding that motivation within yourself. And yet here we are. I'm recording another video to help y'all guys out. Y'all guys are watching this video. It's understandable. I get it. I went through the same thing. Like I said, for a while there, I had nobody in my circle that I could talk to, that I could share these ideas with, that I could interact with, that I could communicate about fitness, mindset, self-development, because not everybody thinks the same way that you think. We're all products of our environment. So building that motivation, that discipline that keeps you going, it'll come over time. Same thing like going to the gym. You got to put in the reps. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort. Do what you don't want to do. I know that sometimes you would rather put on some music or put on a movie and just turn your brain off and just have fun and enjoy not thinking. But if you want to continue to grow, you have to push past that. You have to realize that all that time that you're investing or using or spending on listening to music, watching a movie, watching sports, watching a TV series, whatever it is that you're watching, that you're consuming, find something that will push you in that direction. Because these are the things that are going to keep you going. You have to rewire your brain. It is possible. I know, because I've done it. I'm not the person that I used to be. I'm 38 years old now, but I'm not the same person that I used to be when I was 32. I'm sure as hell not the same person that I used to be when I was 25. And that's the point. That's the point of life. We grow, we mature, we develop. A lot of people never do. A lot of people never will. There's going to be days where it's going to be difficult, where you don't want to do what you want to do, what you're supposed to be doing. You're going to feel like throwing in the towel completely. I know, I've been there. There's days where I wake up in the morning and I don't even want to drink my protein. I don't want to take my supplements. Something that easy seems difficult, seems like a burden, because I've been doing it for so long. You may have been doing it for so long that you ask yourself, how long can you keep it going for? How long can you do this for? And I know that at that time it seems difficult, but I hope that you can do it for much longer. I hope that you have plenty of days ahead of you where you can continue to do these things, where you can continue to fight these battles. Because it's not just one battle. You know, we fight this one battle, we might win that one battle, slay that one demon, but then there's another one after that. New levels, new devils. That's the way that it is. To hit that new level, you have to defeat that previous boss. I don't know how many of y'all guys grew up playing video games. I grew up playing video games. It's not something that I do anymore. It's something that I had to sacrifice in order to make more time to go to the gym, in order to make these videos, in order to continue to learn, to improve, to push myself further. Making these videos here right now at this moment and from when I started was a way of pushing me forward. You know, I know that a lot of people look at creating content as, you know, they want to get monetized, but that's not everything. That's not everything. Sometimes it's just the people that you meet, that you come across along your path, along your journey, spreading those ideas, having those conversations. Because that is one of the reasons that I started doing this, is to find like-minded individuals like you. And there are plenty of us out there. We just got to put in that time and effort to find us. And I know that it's difficult. You're trying to put out some energy that you don't have. You already have work. You're already probably going to the gym. You're taking in the content. You're watching the content. You're trying to learn. Now you got to go out of your way to build a social circle. But as long as you tough it out and you stick to it, eventually those people will come to you. It's only a matter of time. Just got to stay motivated by any means. Whatever it is that keeps you going, you have to find that reason. What is it that keeps you going? For some of y'all, it might be your parents. For me, one of my reasons is my parents. For some of y'all, might be your kids, your family, your goals, the person that you want to be in the future. You have to ask yourself these questions. You have to get to know yourself. And I know that being alone is difficult, but it's not as bad as it seems, because right now, this moment, this time of solitude is when you get to know yourself. When you begin to know yourself, you begin to understand yourself. And that's when you'll find your reason, your why you keep going. Because we all have one. You just have to find it. That being said, that's all for today's video. Stay focused, stay disciplined, stay locked in, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one.